I've got a description here. This topic is so deep, I don't even know where to start. We're gonna talk about fish today. Welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping.
Sorry, Balázs, but not today.
Why not?
Because welcome to the beautiful world of fish.
Oh yeah. This is a big topic, and we have another video on that actually on this channel with Juris and Gyula Pasariti, a famous Hungarian fish keeper. Check that out. We're gonna link that in the description. We have all the names of all the fish in the descriptions under each video. We will try to answer all the comments below this video. If you have any questions about fish, it's not we, it's gonna be Lóri actually, because he knows everything about fish. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask them in the comments below this video. Oh yeah, let's go, get the fish. $500 fish. All right, so we have 2 boxes of fish actually, and I'm gonna make room for them, and we're gonna place the box on the table. Oh, you already put it?
Yeah.
We do receive some comments from time to time accusing us maybe, or just asking us whether we take the need of the fish in consideration when we're building or maintaining a planted tank, and I want to talk about that just a little bit. Aquascaping is about the harmony of the hardscape, plants and fish. All of these are equally important. So we will try to create an ecosystem which is suitable for fish keeping. It's suitable for having healthy fish in the long run.
2 seconds and I might just throw you out.
What kind of fish do you want to choose for your planted tank? And I want to talk about 4 aspects here. The first aspect is the color. So what is the best color for a fish in an aquascape? What would you say?
I think it depends to the hardscape and also depend from the plant.
Yes. Do you want the fish to contrast the layout, the hardscape, as Lóri said? Do you want the fish to blend in?
I'm already done with this game, so I might just be honest with that.
The second aspect, however, is the size. So what size of fish is suitable for a planted tank? And I'm always saying that I don't want to choose big fish in the layout, because then the layout itself would appear smaller. The third is the fish habits. So behavior is really important. Do you want fast movement, shoaling fish in your tank, or you just want fish that are a little bit more static to accentuate the calmness of the layout? Do you want to have fish that swim on the upper area of your tank, or you want to have fish that swim in the lower area? Or do you want some bottom dwellers like Corridoras, the little dwarf?
Yeah. And they are also useful, not just moving in the bottom.
Then you just stop trying.
And the fourth aspect would be the shape of the fish. If you do a contest tank, and if you like to accentuate the dynamics of the layout, you can choose fish that are longer, they look more dynamic. And if you want to accentuate the calmness of the layout, you can choose fish that are kind of like roundish, so they would look better in a very calm layout. How many fish can you use in a tank? That was another question. There's somebody coming. Do we need to open that? Some more fish are coming? What's happening?
I don't think so.
So how many fish can you use in a planted tank? Well, you can use as many as you want, and as many as your filter can cope with. It's already done?
Yeah.
You have everything. All right, so how many fish we can use? We're discussing about the number of the fish in a tank, and I'm always saying that filtration is the most important thing.
Guys, it's really important when you buy these fish, you know, it's not the final size. So try to calculate later, it grow up bigger, make more dirt.
You can only introduce the fish when the filter is cycled. So when you set up a new tank, you really have to wait at least 3 weeks or more until your filter cycles. If you have used the startup bacteria for the filter, obviously the filter will cycle quicker.
We say the second week you can put the algae eaters, and if it's every algae is gone, later you should try to put the other fish, the community fish for example, or whatever fish what you want. But if you can wait longer time, it's better.
The longer the better. And actually algae eaters are very important, and I'm glad that you mentioned them, because you really need to cope with the algae that comes at the beginning of a life cycle of a tank. Okay, so let's talk about the algae eating crew. We have a number of fish that we prefer here at Green Aqua. For me, probably the best algae eaters are the Amano shrimp, the Siamese algae eater. Another very good fish is the Otocinclus affinis, which can eat the brown algae. And the other one that I really like is the Cliton corona snail, which can eat
the dust and
the black brush algae,
also
and the green dust algae.
Yeah, and the green spot algae also.
So what are you doing now?
And just help Oti.
Oh, you can like tear that?
Yeah.
What do? You tear it?
Yeah, because it's a very tiny pack and...
Oh, so and then you do a knot in the beginning, and then you bend it over, right?
It's a double.
So it's a double bag, right? Cool. How do you transport the fish? So when you buy a fish at Green Aqua, what do you do with them?
We usually packing together with small fishes. So it's not good if you put together a small fish and big fish. If you travel far, we can put some oxygen in the bag. It's okay for 1 day. In this cold weather, need to keep it warm.
How do we introduce the fish in the tank? This is a big topic, and you guys are gonna see when we unpack these. We're doing basically the same thing. First of all, the temperature needs to be the same. And for that reason, you need to put the bag inside the tank and just let the temperature to equalize. And also you need the water parameters to equalize, which means that you need to punch little holes. It is better for the two waters to mix, and you shouldn't be afraid of bringing in any diseases together with the water.
If you have got any problem with the fish, it doesn't matter you put this water in your aquariums or not.
There's no parasites in the water that are not on the fish.
And without the fish, yeah.
All right, the colors of the fish. So you have to know that when fish are stressed, and obviously a transportation will always bring stress to the fish, they're gonna look a little bit worse.
More worse.
Well, a lot more worse. If you have the same pale colors after a couple of months, you have to be sure that you're doing something wrong, which means that you're not feeding the fish with proper food, or they have some problems with oxygenation, or something stresses them. We use Dennerle food, the color booster,
Hickory's micropellets.
and Hickory's micropellets, and we use the third Dennerle product.
Yeah, this is Dennerle gourmet menu. Maybe twice a week. I use also frozen food. It's also important, guys. Don't forget it.
What about live food? Would you recommend that?
I think the frozen food is better because
Of the parasites?
and also better to keep it.
Because I remember those worms in my toilet.
Yeah.
In my childhood, I don't know. If you
That's why I don't like and nuts.
like my mom stepped in. Hey, what's that? What about the bottom feeders?
We have got also two type of food from the Hickory. One for the algae eaters and one for the other type of, for example, catfish.
All right, so algae eaters need plant-based nutrition, so they obviously have a different composition. I
feed our fish every day without the weekend.
It's good to starve a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, the weekend is the diet.
It's the
weekend.
diet time.
Yeah.
Okay. Please be confident, guys, to feed your fish daily at the beginning. After like 6 months, you can stop feeding them daily and feed them every other day.
But it also depends on the kind of the fish.
There are some fish that need daily feeding, like the bigger fish or something.
Yeah, for example.
How much do you give them? My rule of thumb is that I give them enough food so that they can eat it in about 2 to 5 minutes.
Usually I start to reconnect the filter. That's important because I think it's more easier to feed the fish. Yeah, I think you don't want to run while you eat your lunch, for example.
Sure.
I do start feeding small portions, what they can eat in about a few seconds, not more.
So you just feed them.
Yeah, I wait a few seconds and I repeat it.
Everything that we're talking about here is a rule of thumb, okay? So this is like a general idea, and don't blame us if your fish die. What do you do when you have algae eaters and you have no algae?
Sometimes I can see they can eat the normal granules also, but for example, the sinking tablet's also good for the algae eater. Yeah, it's important to plant-based.
So what would you say, how long can we comfortably go away from our fish and not starve them to death?
So if your fish are in good shape, it's possible to not feed fish for 1 week.
What about my grandma? Because usually people ask their grandmother, you told them not to overfeed them, but they usually do.
You can put some portions to...
Oh, like do it in advance for them.
Yeah. Not more. Yeah.
In those portions, would you pack more, or would you pack the same amount like you usually feed them?
Maybe, I think less is better. Maybe grandma can't turn off the filter, for example, or...
And the filter will suck it in?
Yeah.
Grandma can't turn off. I was picturing it like, what would grandma do? Let's talk about the lifespan of the different fish.
Usually the small kind of community fish, for example, live between 3 and 5 years. The smaller shrimps about 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
And
snails?
About the snails.
The same time. Right, so what would be the longest living tropical fish that we have here and we sell here at Green Aqua? What type of
For
fish?
example, the corridoras.
Oh yeah, they could live probably 16 years.
About, I heard.
Okay, so what about the fish that jump? We don't really like these types of fish. Can you name one?
Dermogenes pusilla.
Okay, that's a beautiful little fish and I really like it, but I don't really want to use it in a planted tank. If the water quality is good, if they feel good, they will not jump off the tank. And obviously you don't want to fill up the tank to the top. Let's talk about the Amano shrimp trying to escape, and I heard a very interesting story about that. They've been living in ponds in the nature. When the ponds dry out, they tend to migrate to another pond. What you see is that they're trying to go to another tank because they're probably getting bored of whatever. What we say here at Green Aqua is that they just want to go back to Japan. Because
it's important, you need to keep in good water parameters.
Yeah, if the water is cool, then it's
and the other thing, what I think it's important to feeding them.
Because if they don't have any food, that they're gonna try to find a more favorable tank. People were asking me to do a cichlid tank. Well, we're not going to do a cichlid tank because we cannot put plants in it, so it's not possible to do it. I'm trying to find only one main type of fish in a tank because I really like the minimalist style, so I want to have one type. But if you want to have 2 or 3 types, this is a good thing. You've got some fish that would compensate each other quite well. So for example, in Tommy's tank, 120p beautiful Iwagumi, you have the amber tetra together with the Rasbora kubotai. And one of them is red and the other one is a green fish, and these two go together quite well.
Or for example, if you have got one kind of community fish but it's not brave, you can mix it with another kind of community fish.
So they would come out from their hiding place?
Yeah.
All right, so if these guys know what they're doing, it must be safe, so let's go out. If you build an Iwagumi that has no hiding places, what happens then? Would they be stressed?
No, because I think for the community fish don't need any hiding place.
Who needs a hiding place?
For example, the catfish.
The catfish would probably need, and they would probably disappear.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the temperature, because that's another question that I always get. Tap water is really cold during the winter, so if we don't wait for that to go back to room temperature, you can stress any types of fish.
Yeah.
We don't change the water with GH0 for a GH3 tank, because
like
then fish are going to be super stressed and they're just going to die because of the temperature change and because of the water parameter change. Obviously, when you're changing 50% of water weekly, you're not going to have problems with that because the GH will not fall down to zero. Okay, so let's talk about the fish health in a planted tank. And some of you guys have told us that you have problems with fish in your tanks. Here at Green Aqua, for some reason, we don't have so many sick fish.
Also the Twin Star, I think it's helped a lot of.
Twin Star is like sold and advertised as a water sterilizer, so I'm really happy that we don't have that problem here at Green Aqua. We do have some fish arriving here that look sick, and Lóri is good enough to identify all these problems. And the biggest thing that you can do is to know what kind of disease you have, whether it's a fungus or it's a bacterial infection or it's the doracor. I don't know the English name. We're gonna put that.
Probably it's a white spot
disease. All right, so the white spot disease. I think that we guys have promised you to do the unboxing video for this, but the light died and it's already too late, we're there 15 minutes into this video, so I think that we're gonna continue this video the next week, so you're gonna see the unboxing, and I promise you, these fish will not stay here for a week. Hit that like button if you like what we did here with Lóri. Thanks again for your help.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
What I forgot to tell you is that we're gonna come back in 2 weeks with this unboxing video, not in 1 week, because next week you're gonna see the ADA workshop. I'm really excited for Daiichi Araki and the ADA having a good workshop here, so stay with us for that.